All right, welcome to round number 2. We are on the play once again, and our hand is a little questionable. It is keepable. The question is whether we really want to. I'm not really doing anything until turn 3 other than like casting in explosives on 1 on turn 2. I feel like I need to mulligan this, but like oftentimes I'm keeping hands that have 2 of the 3 things we want to see. This hand has the threats, right? It doesn't have the ramp really, but it does have the potential for Amulet. And then on top of that, to ice the cake a little bit, it's got some interaction. The issue with this hand, again, is that I'm on the play and my mana is going to be really bad. Not getting to stirrings until turn 3 is just brutal. So I think I'm actually going to mulligan because I'm just going to be too slow out of the gate with that hand. This hand is ugly. But that last hand was very close. I wouldn't fault someone for keeping it. I'd be a lot more inclined to keep it on the draw. This hand is really ugly. Like this pact is basically a mold of 5 here already. I've got like maybe some interaction in this explosives again. My mana has no blue, so I'm not even able to transmute Taliaferro. We have this Sun Home. I'm shipping it, but jeez, what is going on? 1 of Pact of Negation, not supposed to show up in your opening hands this much, unfortunately. This hand is atrocious as well. I might need to keep it on 5, but it's basically a 4 again. I think I need to keep it here, though. The average 4 is going to be worse. Like, at least we have some lands to play here. I really need to look for a double land here, I think. Interesting. Are we playing the mirror here? It could also be like some kind of Sword of the Meek shenanigans. Nope, it's the mirror. Opponent's hand is much better than ours so far. But that is typical for 7s against 4s, I suppose. Relic of Progenitus. Well, that's not doing anything here, but it is a cantrip. I guess we still have a shot this game. I am going to have to be a lot more careful about my clock from here on out. The mirror is going to be rough time-wise. Don't know that I want to use a gemstone mine counter. Like, I'm obviously going to pop this. I just don't know if I want it to be off of a gemstone mine counter. That's really bad. Yeah, that's really bad. 3 gross, huh? All right. Yeah, I'm just going to wait and pop it off the Ghost Quarter. It's not like I have much to do off of that amount of mana anyway. I guess I could just Ghost Quarter this, and I maybe should have, but I'm just so landlight as it is. Yeah, I guess I should have popped it this way then. I'm going to use all my mana this turn anyway now because of the Azusa, so we'll actually start this way and then reevaluate. So 1, 2, 3. I can still Ghost Quarter them and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. And then not be able to Titan. But hopefully my opponent can't Titan, and then maybe I draw a land. Also, I guess I have Pact of Negation, so I kind of don't care if they can Titan. But then I have to pay for my Pact, and again, I can't waste too much time here. I guess it changes what I'm bouncing depending on how I want to behave here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lean on my pact here. Maybe my opponent doesn't have it. If they do, hopefully they pact for it. I just don't want to use my 6th land and then not be able to Titan. Interesting that Blue Pact actually going to come in handy on a mold of 5, which is typically not the case because it's going to be really hard to have double blue on your mold of 5. especially when you already had Pact. So my opponent does have Titan. Unfortunately, they also didn't have to Summoner's Pact for it. If they don't play a land here, I'm definitely Ghost Quartering this after paying my 5. They don't have another land here. They might be holding it, I guess, but 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, I think I just have to do this. Like, put my opponent on the same amount of mana as me while I have another draw to draw a land for this Titan for the following turn. My opponent's the one who would actually get to Titan first if they have it, so once again, obviously, so I think I have to do this. Alright, well, they get to Titan anyway. Oh, that sucks. Hopefully they have to pack for it this time, at least. But I guess it doesn't matter. Especially if I miss on the land. It doesn't matter. Definitely, I don't want to concede early if my opponent's smashing me. Again, as much as it sucks, the clock in this matchup is like... can be very, very relevant. I'm also going to want to think about how we really want to choose to board in this matchup. It's going to be kind of tough. So they grab the Ghost Quarter. Do they have another land play too? Yeah, that's just brutal. Yeah, we're just dead. I assume they have either another way to bounce this. Interesting that they didn't get another blue source. I guess they just know we don't have a way to deal with this, so it doesn't matter. Gemstone Mine. Yeah, this game's pretty over. Now I don't want to waste any more time on it, really. So they pay for their pact here. Get some life off those groves. Nice. I'm sure that will be really relevant. But we have our own Titan, but by the time my opponent's gotten 2 Titan activations, shouldn't really matter. Since I don't have an amulet. And even if I drew an amulet, I wouldn't be able to cast it and Titan, so that doesn't really matter. Opponent has the Slayer Stronghold in their hand. Sure. That certainly explains the Boros Garrison. Yeah, this mirror is very weird. Alright, we're obviously taking that. If I draw an untapped land, I can actually Slayer's Stronghold this turn. By getting bounce land, bouncing Gemstone Mine, and Slayer Stronghold. Yeah, my opponent got blue packed. Yeah, okay. So they're just going to blue pact me here, and it doesn't matter. I'm going to make them do it, but... Yep. So I assume that's their only blue pact, obviously. But we don't have another threat, and our opponent's jamming a Titan down our throat again, so... Really shouldn't matter here. We still make them use their blue pact since we really have no way around it. And also want our opponent to have less mana, obviously, on their turn. So There's an amulet. I guess we're dead this turn then. They can just get Vesuvius Sun home. Or even Selesnya Sanctuary Sun home if they have the Vesuvius in their hand for whatever reason. Or I guess they could have just played the Vesuvius if they had it in their hand. With all of their land drops, but... yeah, we're just going to die here. To a 16 damaging Primeval Titan. I could block 2 points of it and then the Azusa will kill us. Yep. Just block 2 points. Let's go to 0. All right, so boarding. We have some options. Interestingly, I probably want these dismembers to kill my opponents like Azusa's and Sakura Tribe Scouts. Unlikely will this be killing at prime time, but it's probably worth having anyway. Swan Song is perhaps worth it. But it really is just for countering blue packs, and that's kind of lame. Can't counter amulets, which is pretty bad. So it's really just for countering pacts at that point, which I'm not sure I like. I assume my opponent's going to leave in amulets, so I guess I want all of those. This does not seem like a matchup where I can afford to take out amulet. Ballista feels pretty useless here. These are really not happening. Blue Pact I need to leave, and Bog is pretty bad. Cavern doesn't matter, but it's a turn 1 green source. Radiant Fountain is at least worse than the Cavern. Can potentially shave that as well. Colony Garden's also not great, but I think Radiant Fountain is worse. Might still want one of those, though, over these things. I mean, I could bring a Clasm to, like, kill Sakuras and Azusas and whatnot. But those obviously can get awkward since I'll have my own. Wonder if my opponent could potentially have something awful like Surgical for me. That would be not good with the way we're boarding. Boarding out on our relics and not in on any additional threats would be pretty bad against Surgical. Surgical is not typical, though, for these lists. So I don't think I'll worry about it. I wonder if, like, trackers are reasonable. The problem is we just, like, both don't have, like, very much interaction. So I guess the clock really isn't as close in this matchup as I'm remembering it. Since we both can't really do anything, even if we're both dirtily, there's just, like, no stopping each other. So I wonder if this last card should be Stupid Land, but at least comes in untapped, a Relic that cantrips, or a Swan Song that hits pacts. I guess there's also Tireless Tracker or a Pyroclasm. On the draw, it probably should be the Pyroclasm. On the play, it's the land. So on the draw, I'll switch that Radiant Fountain to a Pyroclasm, I think. Yeah, this matchup is interesting, I suppose. Santa's not very good, especially because I'm, like, probably going to be leaning on the explosives when I have a Sakura Tribe Scout, and my mana color situation is awkward. Excuse me. I don't know that I keep this. I mean, the explosives can certainly slow my opponent down if they have, like, Sakuras and amulets, but we're, like, a little more than a bounce land away from able to do much. I think I might have to mulligan more aggressively. Like, blind, I 100% keep this, for example. This is 2 of the 3 check marks where I was saying, like, a threat and some ramp. Maybe I'm still supposed to keep it then. All right, we'll try it. Interestingly, though, I'm going to opt to not lead on the Sakura because I have this explosives. And explosives is often going to want to be on 1. So I'm actually going to lead on this Colony Garden. Opponent Talaria Wests. So now we have a real tipping point here. Again, without drawing another land, I'm actually just gonna wait on the Stripe Scout. Just gonna be greedy here and hope that I get 2 explosives on 1. Alright, cool. I'm gonna name Giant off of this as well, since we don't have double green quite yet. And if we draw like Boris Garrison or something, it could be difficult. Hopefully my opponent doesn't get to like also explore here. Alright, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's all perfect. I am very glad we did not cast our own Tribe Scout here. I have to play this. So we have 3 mana. Name Giant. Explosives for 1 color. Pop my explosives. Explore. Stirrings, yeah, okay. So my opponent's still developing their mana pretty well, actually. Explore can really help you do that. Ghost Quarter, that's pretty brutal. And they have another bounce land, ouch. Because now I'm going to be exposing my own bounce land to their Ghost Quarter. I still have to play it, but if I don't have another land. Well, now I'm kind of worried about drawing an additional forest. I do play this out. I hide this still. Yeah, I'm still going to play this. I mean, if my opponent Ghost Quarters me, they're losing a land, and I'm -1 mana. I think I actually want it to be the untapped land with where I'm at in this game right now. Yeah, and if they don't Ghost Quarter me, then I'm tightening next turn, so assuming this guy's alive. Or this lady, this snake shaman scout lady. What do we got going on? Courser Crufix, interesting, okay. Packed on top, well, that's good to know about, I guess. I could explosives for 3. That doesn't seem as good as tightening. Another explorer. All right. Well, that additional explorer is a huge beating since they get to Courser and... I guess they were already going to get to Courser and Ghost Quarter me there, actually. Okay, so obviously we do want to use this ability. It's also brutal because now I can't even explosives for 3. So I don't really have anything to do next turn. Well, if I had waited on the bounce land situation, I would have been able to play around the Ghost Quarter with bounce land off of the Sakura Tribe Scout. So kind of punished in that sense. We'll play this since my opponent knows about it. Just name Giant again. I guess I could have named Insect there since I don't have triple grain in play. Doesn't really matter. Throw my opponent off a little bit, maybe. Off the trail. There's an amulet on top. It's possible I should have just played this explosives on 1. I probably should have, actually, the more I think about it. Originally, I was thinking, oh, I just want to, like, hide it from my opponent, but that doesn't matter. I don't want my opponent to be able to play it and just go off, like... if they had, like, an Azusa or something, or another Explorer, or whatever else. Guess we just return this forest here. All right. Well then. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. I should have done this first. in case it matters. It doesn't matter, because they would just respond to my Titan. In case they have some random counterspell, we'll at least have it be uncounterable. If they had like Unified, or I guess not Unified Will, excuse me, Disdainful Stroke or something weird. I'm going to go for haste here. Bounce Taliaferro West, probably. I already Ghost Quartered this game. That was last game, right? So now I can Ghost Quarter. What might be better is for me to just set up for explosives on one. Obviously, that blows up my own amulet, but it blow up theirs too, which stops them from being able to, like, Titan me, most likely. Didn't they have Blue Pact? I just remember. Oh, wait, we're uncounterable. Right. I said in case they have a counterspell of some kind. They obviously do. Silly me. Thanks, Gavin. So, yeah, I'm just being like a total goofball there. I guess alternatively, I could set up to transmute for my own Blue Pact. That's not very effective when they have Blue Pact, though. So, don't love that. So, we have 3 lines here. Transmute for Blue Pact, don't love it. Engineer Explosives on 1, also not a huge fan. I don't really want to blow up my own 2 things, but I could. I think it's really just Ghost Quarter them here and get another blue source. I can't Vesuva Ghost Quarter since that's not how Vesuva works. That would be insane, though, if I could do that. Do I have a land play this turn? I don't, right? Yeah, I don't. Otherwise, I could grab, like, Vesuva Ghost Quarter, Vesuva Bounce Land, bounce it to my hand, and then replay it. Again, I really shouldn't waste too much time on this. So I think it's just going to be Ghost Quarter, blue land. Return. Doesn't matter. Cavern, I guess, to insulate it. So they have Blue Pact, Green Pact. I guess I do this now and then I don't even get to draw the amulet. It's better for me to upkeep it. Guess I might as well upkeep it. No, we'll just do it now. Definitely the blue one. I think I'll just hold this at this point, especially if I'm potentially making them shuffle. I guess I should main phase it to see what happens. Free life off Courser. So they have Blue Pack, Green Pack, Mystery Card, Gruul Turf. I did not play this game very well up here. Like, my actions have been okay, but I feel like I made a lot of mental mistakes. They just didn't happen to bite me. Yeah. They grab a Titan. Crumbling Vestige, sure. Do they have, like... I haven't quite figured it out yet. Oh, I just can't count. That's the problem. This is a Gruul Turf. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I'm not playing a Vestige. I have before. I enjoyed it, but there's sometimes where it's really clunky. I'm sort of interested in going back to it, but I just don't really have room. The land base is already pretty tight. All right, so they have to pay for their green pack next turn. They have... they don't have another land play this turn. No, okay. They have blue packed Gruul Turf in their hand. This is not the one. So they have blue pack Gruul Turf, and they just bounce a Ghost Quarter. Blue pack Gruul Turf, Ghost Quarter. Mystery card, I believe. Unless I lost track. Which is possible. So I should just be attacking with another Titan here. Again, since they have blue packed, it's kind of like better if I can do something else that's productive. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Whoops, something else we can be doing here. Let's take a look, see. There's really not much I can do in this spot. I've already used my Ghost Quarter. None of the other utility lands matter. So I really just need to go for damage here. And I need to play around that blue pack still. So play this giant. I guess I Stirrings first to try and find an additional amulet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. Just making sure I still have enough mana to do all that. All right, there's additional amulet. So let's see how my opponent feels about this. Then we play this on giant. So now I can play 2 Titans. Green. Make sure we use that. Do it like this. I guess they can counter my Summoner's Pact with Blue Pact. Oh, they're just going to concede. Okay. So what I was going to do was make sure I grabbed mana that could transmute Taliaferro West, so just send a Growth Chamber plus something. It actually doesn't even matter if I use these, because I'm probably... Well, maybe it matters if I use this. Because I'm probably going to have to grab Vesuva for this anyway, so I can haste multiple additional Titans. But we're probably going to be able to be attacking with 3 Titans, if I'm doing my math correctly, this turn. Anyway. Weird mirror. It's just like not enough interaction in this mirror, unfortunately. Not enough ways for us to really stop each other from doing powerful things. I mean, we were very fortunate that I made the... Oh, wait. I got to switch that. Oh, darn it. Busy talking about other stuff. I wanted to switch that Radiant Fountain for a Pyroclasm, but that's all right. This hand, again, like, I would keep blind 100%, but I have to wonder, is it good enough for the mirror? I think so, with the Ghost Quarter as well. More importantly, is it good enough for the mirror on the draw? But, again, Ghost Quarter hopefully can assist us with that. Ooh. I was going to play Colony Garden, but not anymore, right? Now this is just a... It kind of sucks to show my opponent the Dismember early, but... kind of need to kill that. Stronghold. Explore. Man. That's good. They left in the bog. I guess in case they have an amulet, I really don't want to bounce this. But that does mean I don't get to Azusa next turn. But the positive side is that I still get to Sigura anyway, and I don't have that many additional lands, so it doesn't really matter that I can't Azusa. Free life. Stirrings. Let's see what they grab here. I do not feel great about our spot, though. The Ghost Quarter is only so good, and we don't really have that many lands, so... Vesuva, sure. They have their own Ghost Quarter. Yeah, that's not good. And they have the Vesuva. They can Vesuva Ghost Quarter. That's rough. I wonder if I Gemstone Mine Azusa here, if my opponent will Ghost Quarter my Ghost Quarter. Would I play Growth Chamber? Probably not. And if they do, like, that's probably great for me. Yeah, that's definitely great for me. Okay. It is so unbelievably tempting to bounce the Gemstone Mine and cast Skirt Tribe Scout here, but don't think that would be right. Need to find an additional mana source. Another Explorer is really brutal in a game like this, but we are the one with the Azusa, so... Drawing the card, though, is a huge deal. Like, I would much rather have an Explorer, obviously, than the second Azusa, but that goes without saying. Alright, there's a bounce land. I certainly don't need to, like, get crazy and Ghost Quarter right now. It's not like they have an Amulet, so I don't have to do a response. I guess maybe I should have, since now they got to Vesuva it. I didn't think about that. Don't really care about killing the Slayer Stronghold, not doing that in response. I think I just want to wait. Yeah, I think it's probably still not correct to blow it up in response to the trigger, just because they have Vesuva, considering that I really want to be the first to Titan. And if I use my quarter, I can't do that. But if I draw a land, I get to Titan and Ghost Quarter them. That's be untapped, though. Nice. That's the perfect one. No. All right. I was really hoping my opponent wouldn't do that. Yep, nothing to do about that. The unfortunate part is now I have to Ghost Quarter them. And then hope to draw another untapped land, which is like super unlikely. What am I gonna do? Not. I guess I should probably draw step it too. I don't think there's a reason not to. Could they use their mana on their upkeep on anything? No, not really. It's not like they're paying for Pact. They don't have anything else, so sure, why not? Last time it was different because they had the Courser. This time, not so much. Guess I'd rather kill the Vesuva one. Oh, actually, I can't even... Yeah, no, okay, yeah, we're good. So now we just want to draw a Karoo, a bounce land of some kind, to set up for Titan the following turn. I guess if I didn't Ghost Quarter... Geez, another Stirrings. They've had a lot more selection and seen a lot more cards than me this game, which is not a good sign for us. And they still have a million more in hand. Drawing Explorers is, like, a lot better than drawing Sakura Tribe Scouts in this matchup. I still don't think I can afford to side them out, but... It's possible I have to Pact for Rex Age. It's not a great spot to be in. We'll see what I draw here, and it might obviously influence that decision, but... I guess it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter in the sense that they get to actually, like, haste attack me, but now I've drawn the Gruul Turf. I don't need to play it now because of the double Sakura situation, but in the case they have a second Ghost Quarter, it insulates me a little bit. If I go packed for a Rec Sage, I have nothing. And it doesn't stop them from Titaning me next turn. It does stop them from attacking me with a Titan next turn. They've got to have a Titan by this point, too. 4 cards in hand. Yeah. It's not good, but again, it doesn't stop me from getting Titans, so... Don't think... If I had, like, another threat in my hand, maybe, but... if you think about it, if I'm pacting to blow up the Amulet so they don't get to attack me with the Titan, then they still get a trigger off the Titan. Then I have to spend my next turn paying for the pact and do nothing. And then they get to Titan me, or they attack me with the Titan anyway. So it's all the same. Looks like they don't get to, or no, they can, no, they already used their Vesuva as well. Okay, great. So that's good news at least. They're still going to be the first one to attack with a Titan. But they have to pay for their pact. I guess I will too, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't have anything to break. I don't have anything to break this sort of... It's not even a stall because my opponent has an amulet, so... Like, I have a million land plays, but it doesn't matter. I've already used my Ghost Quarter. I should just lose this game. This mirror is a little painful. Like once Titans start coming down, there's just like so little to be done. Just need to engineer explosives on 6, obviously. Sunburst 6. Use purple mana, and we'll be fine. Oh, this got moved somehow. Magic Online really likes to move this box a whole lot. I'm trying to stay on top of it, so I apologize if it starts looking ugly, but Magic Online really, really likes to change the size of that box a lot. And there's only so much I can do. No, they do have a second Ghost Quarter. Oh, that's so brutal. I guess I still Titan next turn. No, I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh, man, that's so brutal. Hopefully they just go to use it now. That's like my only hope. Is that they for some reason like Ghost Quarter my Cavern on my turn. They would never do that. They would wait till my draw. Yeah, this looks really bad. Now maybe I just don't even Grill Turf and have to draw. Have to hope they Ghost Quarter me draw step and I draw an Amulet. That's just like crazy hopeful. Okay, so what if I just Gruul Turf and then I'll have 5 mana and have to draw another untapped land, of which there aren't many, but we have them. So yeah, I guess that's where we're at. Still have to do this. Yeah, not sure why in response, but I drew the Amulet, but now I don't have the mana. And for anyone who wasn't familiar, like I said, I had to hope my opponent used their Ghost Quarter and I drew Amulet, which I don't think they would have done unless I presented them with a bounce land. And the reason that is because if I play Amulet and then play the bounce land, they'll respond to the untap trigger and Ghost Quarter it, and then I won't have it anymore to bounce itself and do shenanigans with my millions of land plays. Otherwise, I would have enough mana to like Titan many times over this turn, since I effectively have 5 land plays. That would be just 10 mana. 12, 14, 15 mana. I guess 14 mana. Again, I can Rec Sage and blow this up, but there's no way I have to break the board stall, so we should just be dead here. I wonder if I do have to do that now. But then I have to draw land and... Yeah, I just can't do that. Then I have to draw land and threat. I just have to hope my opponent somehow screws this up from here. Maybe they don't pay for their pact, you know? Alright, that was our out. It's gone. They paid for it. That was all we had. Anyway, I don't see a way to win it from here, and that's kind of the problem with this mirror, I guess, is once someone starts tightening, they have too much tutor ability to they get to keep tutoring the things to interact with you, and you don't get to tutor anything to interact with them, and it's just tougher. Again, our opponent had already seen a lot more cards than us this game, and now they're just seeing even more. They don't really have much else relevant here. I mean, they can double strike. I guess we could hope to draw like bounce land and a second amulet. I mean, we can't draw them both at the same time though, so our opponent should be able to wail on us enough. I'm not gonna concede though. If they like can't produce, how could they not produce another Titan? I mean, all they have to do is grab Taliaferro's bounce land if they don't have another Titan. They don't have another blue untapped, though, with the way they paid for their pact. So, they won't be able to transmute until next turn. They get their own cavern. Sure. Maybe that means they just already have another Titan, which is not unreasonable for this stage of the game. I don't really see a reason to block. Well, that's unfortunate. They're just going to cast another Titan now. Yeah. Yep, not having to go to Larry West for it is convenient there. And now they're grabbing the Taliaferro West. And the best part about this is that it's even in main phase 2 instead of in combat like it would often have to be. So they actually get to transmute, since transmute's only at sorcery speed. They actually get to transmute now, and they wouldn't have if they had to grab it in combat. But now they do get to grab it. They grab blue pact. Yeah, that's... I probably should have... Well, it doesn't matter. If I pact in response and I have to pay for the pact mana in my upkeep, then... What am I going to do? This probably gets blue pacted. Yep. And we're just dead. Opponent can definitely kill us this turn. They just need to get like Gruul Turf, Selesnya Sanctuary, or just even just Selesnya Sanctuary, I guess. And Sun Home. Anything off of this one. They can double strike them both for way more than enough damage. Whoops. Well, I guess I'll... Assuming they see it, I guess. You never know. You never know. Still, the problem is, even if they don't see it, I'm not getting out of it. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and pack it in. I'm kind of curious what this is, though, that they're doing instead. Is it just another Titan? Oh, it's Rurikthar. Okay. Interesting to see our opponent bring in Rurikthar. It feels like it just doesn't really matter. Like, it feels like the only thing that matters is Titan. I don't really like this side in here. Trying to think if there's maybe like an application for it that I'm not really giving them credit for, but yeah, I just don't love it here. I feel like, again, like we're just trying to Titan first, and whoever can Titan first is just dramatically ahead, and that's all you really want to do. But anyway, that's round number 2, so I will see you in the next round.